and sit down. And sit down.
All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of More Content Talk. That's the only show that cuts through the glam glitz and all the bullshit to bring you the truthiest news that we can find. Well, one thing I'll say is, thank goodness for Officer Michael Byrd and how he protected us on January 6th. As you probably know by now, Mr. Byrd was a black man. The far right has launched a full-out assault on him in terms of threats, death threats. There's been all kinds of negative talking about him as if, he killed Ashley Babbitt in an unjust way. Just for the record, I completely disagree with that. I mean, obviously, if you listen to the show, you know me. I'm not gonna pretend for 1 second like Ashley Babbitt was some kind of saint. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just not. This woman was crazy, and she deserved to die. I understand that that's very difficult for some people to say, and hell, it may even be difficult for you to hear. But you need to. You need to hear it because it's going to protect you in the future from doing something stupid and desperate like that, which you should never do. And I have to say that, to be completely honest with you, even when I was a conspiracy theorist, I never once contemplated attacking the United States government in any way, shape, or form. And so, when I hear all these swan songs about, she was being oppressed and she was having a tough time. And look, I don't care. Everyone's having a tough time. You don't go kill Nancy Pelosi just because you have a bad day. Do you shoot someone every time you have a bad day? Do you threaten people with rape and with all kinds of weird things that were going on? Do you get an angry mob together and go down and complain about your egg foo young when it's not cooked right? I mean, don't be ridiculous. Like, of course, this man deserves protection, and he did exactly what he was supposed to do. And I don't care. You don't agree with me? Hey, guess what? You hate the country. You don't like America, and that's all he was doing, was defending America. So I don't care. I said from the beginning, I'm glad they killed her. That taught them a lesson. Now they know not to go in there. What? Like, seriously, like, what is wrong with that? What is wrong with being proud of a police officer when they do the right thing? I'm outraged at police officers when they don't do the right thing, and you know what? When they do the right thing, I am super appreciative. I am super appreciative of that man. Bravo for him. He shot that crazy white lady dead, and she had it coming. Kind of an idiot tears into the Capitol building of the richest nation in the world, thinking that they're just going to have a stroll in there and call people all kinds of niggers, which is what they were calling them, by the way, and making all kinds of threats and all kinds of stuff, and saying they were going to do this and saying they were going to go do that. They had weapons. You saw the weapons. What more justification do you need? But he's black, so we have to have a conversation. No, I'm not having the conversation. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. He deserves a medal. That's what he deserves. Hell, let the guy run for president. I'd vote for him. At least he's willing to do something for the country. Can't even get a politician to do anything for this country anymore. Ridiculous. Anyway, my opinions are my opinions. This is an opinion show, especially, right now, in this particular show I'm doing. Most of what I do is fact-based reporting, but, I got a little bored, so I decided to give you my opinion on that matter. And that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. You're not going to change it. I don't feel sorry for the family. Nothing. The hell are you doing allowing this crazy lady to walk around like she's the queen of the country? Like she's some kind of tough shit that she's going to come in there and murder elected officials. I don't feel sorry for anyone. I feel sorry that you thought you could get away with that. That's what I feel sorry for. Ridiculous. Absolutely preposterous. Empathy. Empathy for what? Empathy for terrorism? No, absolutely not. It's a crazy, crazy world, and that's why, more and more I keep to myself. And I'm happy to keep to myself. It's not a thing where it's like, I'm so sad. I'm so sad. That's how they portray people who like to be alone, as if we sit around crying all the time. And it's not as if I don't cry. I cry like any other human being cries. Some of you are embarrassed of crying, which is laughable, by the way. I don't understand. It's a bodily function. It just occurs when it occurs, and when it's gone, and that's the end of it. That's life. You have emotional responses to things, and you feel it, you go through it, and then you're over it, and you're cooking dinner for your kid. I mean, that's how I live my life. I'm not going to deny it. I'm not going to deny that exists. That would drive me crazy, and some of you have already driven yourselves crazy that way. And that's too bad. It's too bad that you've tricked yourselves into believing that because you have a social network that somehow, I don't know, translates into a happier existence. And what is happiness if you don't even have people in your life who really care about you, who aren't willing to help you out? I mean, I got nothing. I got no people like that in my life. None. And I'm not going to keep pretending. I'm not going to... That's the thing. I'm open to friendship. I'm open to real friendship, though. Don't call me on Tuesday, ask me to hang out, and then ignore me for months, and then call me again. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't get it in your head that I'm like most people, where I can just... forgive things like that. I can't, and I'll tell you why. It's because I'm sick and tired of lying. I can't put up with lying anymore. It's too much. Lies are just allowed, and out of all the societal kind of norms that are meant to be recognized, the easiest one to recognize is not to lie. Just don't lie. Don't make shit up. Don't like all these people, and the talking to you about all these wonderful things that are going to happen if you just join their club, and well, if you join this club, then you're going to get all these perks, and everyone's going to love you, and they're going to you're all going to hang out all the time. That was the lie that was promoted to me by so many production companies, and kind of like the theater world in general, talking about we're some sort of tight-knit family. But it was all very hollow, and it all fell apart as soon as a tough time like the pandemic came. And we're not sticking together. Like I said, there's some grants that I'm able to get, but it's not a lot. It's not enough. I mean, this is California, for fuck's sake. It's expensive in California. And while I, am appreciative of the little bit I get, because I'm sure, I don't know, perhaps there are some people who are getting none, I'm also cognizant of the fact that a lot of people have already been granted their careers back, and I didn't get mine yet. And I know it's because of the epilepsy, it's because I'm black, it's because I am a very liberal-minded person, and you don't want me around. And, actions speak louder than words. Actions speak louder than words. As I commented earlier, to an atheist actually, who was instructing people on basically how to argue, make proper arguments for atheism or something. I said, look, douchebag, is class in session here? What are you teaching people how to be an atheist for? I thought atheism wasn't a worldview. That's what they say all the time, right? And it's not. So why the instructions? That's the hypocrisy. That's the lying. They lie. They say, well, there's not requirements to being an atheist. But then the moment you act like yourself, the moment you don't think the way they do exactly what the Christians do. They got all kinds of negative things to say about you, and they're talking shit about you behind your back, all kinds of stuff. So just, enough with the act. That's what I basically have to say to people at this point. Because all groups do that. They all have rules. And the only way to avoid it is to stay by yourself. That's the truth. That's the awful truth. You're a social animal, but you're probably better off alone. Because groups are stupid. They're stupid. They make rules. Rules are stupid. Rules are already stupid and very complicated to communicate. And so rules create chaos where there was none. And you try to have as few rules as possible because of this. Okay? That's the goal, is to have as little rules as possible, as little regulation as possible, as is humanly possible. That's the goal. But you can never get there because you got this club that has this rule, and this club that has that rule, and this club has a different rule and this rule, and then the government has to come in and regulate it. And that's what happens, and it ruins everyone's fun. So how about no more groups? How about no more of this supposed social connection bullshit? How about we just get rid of that? That sounds good to me. Then I won't have to hear stories about Bill Maher and Joe Rogan and Kanye West and how wonderful they are. And oh boy, howdy, how wonderful being a Scientologist or a Muslim or whatever is. Oh boy, I got a new flavor to savor this week. I'm a Muslim, Buddhist, Hindu, all kinds of stuff, and it's gonna be so great. No. I'm not. I'm not interested. I don't want to go to Lollapalooza with you and get sick either, or the Sturgis rally. Either the liberal or the conservative brand of socialization has been nothing but death and destruction this whole time. I mean, my God, what is the point? I really just think it's to spread disease. That's what I really think. And I don't want to be. I don't want to have anything to do with it. It's so funny. I'm such the opposite person than I used to be. I used to really. I used to be like my son. My son, when he sees people, he tries to make them happy, and I used to do that. I used to do it, but you get tired. You get tired, folks. After a while, it goes away. Your urge to do that, poof, gone. Because people take advantage, and they say, "Oh, this is just a guy who likes to make people happy." Take advantage of him. Have him around for our show, and then never call him again. Or, hire him, but only do it for a few months and then tell him to go fuck himself. I get shit like that all the time. Or, people saying that they're going to hire, and then, push comes to shove, and, oh, sorry, no position. Sorry. You're not sorry. You get off on it. Be honest. I want the wealthy people of the world to do me a favor and start being honest. It gives you an orgasm when people who are lesser than you suffer. Admit it. It's an orgasmic experience for wealthy people to see the suffering of the poor. They get to write little puny shows about it and make money. And they write scripts about it and books about it, and my God, it's wonderful to them because they can say to themselves, wow, that's not me. And isn't it marvelous? Isn't it lovely to see that over and over again? To me, no, it's not. The magic is gone for me. Fuck the magic. Hell, fuck entertainment. What's the point of it anyway? What's the point of being entertained? I don't need it. I don't have any problem with you having it. You can do it. Do it all you want. Go and do an all-day binge of Doctor Who or whatever you watch. Have fun. Hey, I don't care. And you know what? From time to time, I still engage with it too. It brings back memories. Earlier today, I watched the movie Tommy Boy. It wasn't today. It was yesterday. But I had always wondered, what is it about this stupid movie anyway that's good? And I realized what it was. Tommy Boy isn't really... I mean, it's a comedy. It has comic elements, but it's much more of a fantasy. In the movie Tommy Boy, a person goes to college, right? And they don't really take it so seriously. And maybe even party a little too much, if there's such a thing. I don't necessarily believe that. But anyway, that's the gist of the movie. He parties so much, and then push comes to shove. His dad dies. It's time for him to take over the company. He doesn't know what the fuck to do. So then he goes on this road trip to try to sell stuff, which he fails at miserably. But then something happens, and he kind of comes into his own and, becomes a salesman. And he outsmarts the smart guy who's trying to buy his dad's factory. And he brings justice and egalitarianism back to the town. And so it's a very triumphant movie for the working person. And you see a factory of workers that are many different races, many different colors, and he helps all of them. And he saves the day. And that just does not happen in real life. And you see, that's what I would like people to be like. That's what I thought people were when I used to watch movies all the time. I thought, oh, people are genuinely trying to do good in the world. At least most people anyway. But then I realized something. I realized that the human brain cannot even conceptualize good, and that the definition of good changes not only from person, but within a person from minute to minute. And most people don't have constant definitions of good. And that's when I realized aspiring to be like those people, which is what I was doing, is not going to happen by hanging out with other people, because other people aren't like that. It's a movie. It's made up. It's a fantasy. People aren't trying to do good. They're trying to make you believe that they are good. Always remember that. All right, everyone. Have a phenomenal day, evening, afternoon, fiesta, siesta, downtime, chill time, whatever it may be. And remember, when life gets you down, you could always laugh at something else. Farewell, folks.